Hey guys, what's going on? So pretty much I've been backtesting and I wanted to make a video about my backtesting. So I took about 10 to 15 trades. I just went through them all right now and did a quick little annotation about what's going on so I don't sit here rambling for ages and taking your time. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So pretty much I saw consolidation. I saw a break through the consolidation, a retracement to create a small double top. Now from there, price pushed down, created a small little support, or it just bounced off where price originally was, retraced into a fib zone, sold from there, and yeah, so cashed in on that. So pretty much I took two trades here. So that was the second trade. I didn't actually write about the first one. So the first one was the push up to the double top. Then as price started dropping from there, I placed the sell. So I scaled in on this one and took 2 wins on the one trade. The second one here, so price pushed down, retraced, touched the fib zone, pushed back down, and I entered on the second retracement. So that's why I bought on that one. I count like the movements in like A, B, C. So the push down is A, the retracement is B, second impulse is C. So it said here, entered on the second retest of the 0.5 level after the C move didn't form a lower low. Because as you can see here, push down, came up, B, C, didn't form a lower low. It actually stopped there. So, and it bounced back. I was patient on this one and then pushed back down. So even if I did enter on the first retracement here and placed stops originally, like where I placed it here, I still would have made the win anyway, and just the push back up would have been a second entry potentially, and could have taken 2 wins on that trade too. Yep, so there was another fib. This was another fib move. So A, B up to the 0.5 zone, then it came down to C. But I entered on the push down from the fib level, but as you can see, price didn't actually form a lower low. It formed a higher low, so I got a little bit scared of that, and I dropped my stop loss to break even. And yeah, so that was good. I saved my own ass there, so good seeing that. That's another thing which I've been learning lately, really paying attention to structure, forming higher highs, lower lows, or anything like that, and what it could mean for the trade. So pretty much what I'm seeing here is, so pretty much if you haven't really noticed, I'm taking only sells because in the overall trend of this pair, it was in a big downtrend. So price broke above this triangle. I didn't take any buys because like I said, I'm just looking for sells. Pulled up to here, sorta was consolidating around this area, but pretty much I entered here. Now, so price came up. There's a massive candle which rejected, this top area, and it rejected this entire resistance. Price came back up, touched it again, then dropped. So I saw it as a second test and I decided to enter anyway because it was a little bit risky. I didn't have any clear confirmation. For all I've known, price could have broken up, retraced down to a fib level, and it could have kept going up. So lucky I set a generous stop loss because price did go up, but it didn't touch it and eventually dropped back down to take the profit. So with this, price was in a channel. I could see it break above the channel, touched another resistance which I had there. Price started pushing down from the resistance and I entered short. Now this was a risky trade, and it was risky for a few reasons. Price could have traced down to the top of the channel and pushed back up and treating it as the support. It could have broke through here, which it did, and it could have bounced off this area here. So this was another support. Well, at the time of the price being around here, it was a support. Could have just bounced off that, but no, I decided to enter. Now, I don't know what was going through my head at the moment, but I just thought it'd be a good idea. I think it was a strong rejection. It could have been a fib level in the larger time frames. But yeah, I entered short and it worked very well. Came down, but yeah, risky entry. So this was the first loss which I had, I'm pretty sure. So I entered thinking the big bearish candle was strong momentum. So okay, so this big push down here, I saw that and I thought, okay, that's big momentum because highs up here, formed lower high, surely price is going to drop. But you know, price did push up. It created a bullish engulfing candle, and I ignored that and I entered short anyway once price pushed back down, which again, you know, look, there's higher lows, so I just ignored a bunch of that price action, and yeah, I got stopped out. Okay, so here, saw this trend here, it broke through, started consolidating around just below the trend line. So the way I see this is it doesn't have enough power to push above, so it's just gonna drop, and that's exactly what happened. Price dropped and hit my target straight away. Okay, so this was my second loss here. What was going on was price retraced, came up, tested the 0.5 fib level twice. Now I waited on this because I started realizing that price does like the 0.618 more on this pair. So I waited because it didn't go up to there. Usually, even if it touches the 0.5, if somewhere in the near future it comes up to the 0.16. This time it didn't, and price broke through this small trend line which I found. The EMAs crossed over, so I entered short because price broke through and retested. So I thought that was a clear sign going down. But instead, price consolidated for a while, then pushed up and took me out of the trade. So that felt bad, but hey, it happens. So this one was clean. I saw a double top and pretty much it went down, you know, into the past. It was actually a clear resistance. So price touched it twice, traced back down, and that's where I drew my fib zone from the top of the second touch to the top to the bottom. Price came up, touched the 0.618, so I entered short on the push down. So yeah, it broke through, it touched 0.618 and it touched 0.5, pushed down, that's where I entered. Price came back up, but because I had a good stop loss, it was all good, and price actually crossed and then pushed right back down to the profits. So here's my third loss, I think. So I entered looking for a break to the downside because I saw this little trend thing here. So I entered, you know, thinking that this break to the downside, you know, because it touched here, the resistance, pushed right through the support and closed below. So I thought that was a strong sign. And I should have waited for a retest, but I don't. Sometimes I don't. And this one time, which I didn't, price reversed up, came back in, formed a higher low, and took me out. So I really should have entered, oh sorry, stopped my trade out here when I saw the higher low being created. And for here, this was probably the worst trade I took in this entire backtesting. It was the end of my backtesting session yesterday, so my brain is completely cooked. I don't know what I was thinking here. But pretty much price, the EMAs crossed the upside, you know. That was the first thing, and I was like, okay, like I don't know why I sold this if price, okay, but it crossed. Then, you can see here, horrible trade. So the EMA crossed to the wrong side, a higher low was created, and I relied only on the fib for this entry. So yeah, from, I don't know where the fib was, somewhere here, came up, touched, but yeah, it was a horrible trade. So bad way to end this video, but it is what it is. So yeah, pretty much that was my backtesting for the Australian to the US dollar. It was very eye-opening. I haven't had a backtesting session like that. Like I really just sat there, put in all the focus, a lot of time, and I learned so much from just that short amount of time that I put into the backtesting. So I'm definitely going to be backtesting a lot more. If you guys like this sort of content where I just go through backtesting trades, then let me know, I'll post more. But yeah, so feeling pretty good on the Australian dollar. I'm going to translate this knowledge into my live trading and see how we go. So yeah, catch you in the next one.